Hello and welcome back to Max World again.
Lately we talked a lot of things about the fraction which you might find complicated, but in today's video we will try to do things which are much easier than drinking a tea. What? Easier than drinking tea? No way. Yes, it is much easier than drinking tea, and those are nothing but multiplication and division. For this multiplication and division, again we have one funda. Okay, the one rule that you will find much easier while solving it: numerator, denominator, numerator, denominator. And for the multiplication, what we are going to do, numerator into numerator and denominator into denominator. That means we are going to make heart shape. Yes, and this is what my love for max. Yes, so for the multiplication we are going to follow one rule, that in which we are going to multiply numerator into numerator, denominator into denominator. And if you find such a number while doing multiplication which is alone or without denominator, keep it in mind, we have to write 1 in the denominator and turn it into the fraction. So here we go with the first sum on your board, is 3 upon 11 into 2 upon 5, in which numerators are 3 and 2, denominators are 11 and 5. So what we are going to do, numerator into numerator, that is 3 into 2, denominator into denominator, that is 11 into 5. And if cancellation is possible, if you can reduce any number from the numerator and the denominator, you can reduce them up and down, keep it in mind, not aside. So if it is possible, go ahead. If it is not, then do the multiplication directly. So we get over here 3 into 2, 6, 11 to 5, 55, and I get the answer 6 upon 55. Isn't this easier? Yes. So let's do one more sum. Okay, here is the second sum on your screen, 12 upon 5 into 4 upon 15. And now if you observe the sums, you might get some chance to cancel out the numbers, right? So over here, first step is what? Numerator into numerator, that is 12 into 4, denominator into denominator, that is 5 into 15, right? And now check the numbers. If you observe very sharply, you will find that 12 and 15, these both the numbers can be reduced or can be divisible by 3, right? So divide them by 3. Now if you divide 12 by 3, we get the answer 4. If you divide 15 by 3, we get the answer 5, and write those answers near to those numbers. Okay, now we are left with 4 into 4 in the numerator, 5 into 5 in the denominator, and that's it. No cancellation is possible there onward. And so do the multiplication. 4 into 4, 16, 5 into 5, 25, and that's what makes my answer 16 upon 25. Isn't it easier? Okay, now let's move on. Any number in the multiplication with a negative sign, we have to apply the rules of integer while operating them. So what are these rules? Two negatives make positive. Okay, and if you find only one number negative, then you have to give negative sign to the answer. That means negative sign continues till the end. And if you want to go deeply in these rules, just check out the link given in the video. Now here we go. The next sum is on your screen, minus 8 upon 9 into 3 upon 4, correct? Now first step is what? Numerator into numerator, denominator into denominator. That gives us minus 8 into 3, the whole upon 9 times 4, right? Now observe the numerator and the denominator. Do we find any number which can be reduced? Yes, we can find 4 can reduce 8, 3 can reduce 9. But sometimes if you are not able to notice it, then what can be done? And if you are multiplied, this reduction or this simplification can be done afterwards also. So here we will do in that manner. So numerator we have 8 into 3, do the multiplication. What we get? 24. And as 8 is negative, so we have to give negative sign also. Don't forget it. In the denominator we have 9 into 4, so do the multiplication, we get 36. And now which are the numbers we get? Minus 24, the whole upon 36. And this both the numbers can be reduced by 12. Yes or no? Yes, of course. And after reduction, what do we get? When you divide 24 by 12, we get the answer 2, and don't forget to give negative sign to it. And in the denominator we get 12, 3 are 36. So in short, my final answer is minus 2 upon 3. Isn't it easy? Yes. Last sum for the multiplication. Okay, so here is on your screen, 0 upon 6 into 3 upon 4. And there is a world famous rule, and I think all my dear friends and students might be knowing it. Any number multiplied by 0, we always get 0, and 0 divided by any number, answer is always 0. In both the cases, 0 into 3 we get the answer 0, and 0 divided by any number we get the answer 0 again, right or not? So 0 into 3, 0 in the denominator, though we have 24, 6 for the 24, even then my answer will be 0. So directly we can write 0 as a final answer. Isn't it easy? Yes. Next part, that is a division, that we must understand. Before going to division, we must understand one more a fancy term of mathematics: multiplicative inverse, or the reciprocal of a number. Okay, what does it mean? Two numbers when multiplied and the product is 1. When two numbers are multiplied and we get the answer 1, then those two numbers are called as reciprocal of each other. What? Do we have any such numbers that give the product 1? Because I know only 1 into 1 is 1, correct or not? Then afterwards, do we find any number? Yes, of course, there are there. You just have to write upside down. Okay, now say, check out over here. The first one is 2 upon 5. I need to write the reciprocal of it, or I need to find such a number multiplied by 2 upon 5, we get the answer 1. Okay, so what are you going to do? That is called reciprocal actually. So reciprocal of 2 upon 5 is, what's said, we have to write upside down, correct? So with the upside 2, so that will go in the denominator, and the denominator, that is 5, will be written in the numerator. So what we get the answer? 5 upon 2 as my final answer. Yes or no? Yes, of course. And let's do one more sum. Minus 3 upon 8, negative sign is given, right? Keep it in mind, while writing reciprocal of a negative term, negative sign always stick to numerator. Don't forget that part. Okay, so minus the reciprocal of minus 3 upon 8, the 8 which is the denominator must be written in the numerator, right, along with the negative sign, right? And 3 which is there in the numerator must be written in the denominator. So as a result, I get the answer minus 8 upon 3. Yes, isn't it easy? Yes, of course. Now, what if such a number is given which do not have denominator only? 7, right? So reciprocal of 7, that 7 can be written as 7 upon 1, and now I can write the reciprocal of it, isn't it or not? Yes. Or directly answer will be reciprocal of 7 is 1 upon 7. Isn't it easy? Of course it is easy. Though few numbers sometimes you find given in the mixed fraction. See over here, minus 7, 1 upon 3, and the way I told you, minus sign always stick to the numerator. So this mixed fraction must be converted into improper fraction first of all, and you know how to do it, isn't it right? Yes. So put a 3 multiplied by complete number, that is 7. So 7 3s are 21, plus 1 in the numerator, that gives you answer 22. So overall I get the answer 22 upon 3, and now reciprocal it upside down. So what can be done? 3 which is in the denominator must be written in the numerator, and numerator, that is 22, must be written in the denominator. So what we get the answer? Minus 3 upon 22, and bingo, now you are all set already for the division of the fraction. So boys and girls, here is the first sum on the screen: 40 upon 12 divided by 10 upon 4. And what is the first rule of the division? Don't do the division. Confused? I mean to say, we will turn that division into multiplication. But how to turn it? That's where the role of reciprocal comes out in the play. What we are going to do, we will be writing reciprocal of a number which is after the division sign, and due to which we can convert that division into multiplication. So how to proceed further? The first fraction, 40 upon 12, will be written as it is. Division sign will be turned to multiplication, and after that you write the reciprocal of 10 upon 4. What is that reciprocal? 4 upon 10, right? And after that, same step of the multiplication, bring back that love, numerator into numerator, denominator into denominator, and move ahead. Here 40 into 4 will be the first step. In the denominator we'll write 12 into 10, correct? Now from here onwards we have two ways to complete it. Number one, we can simplify these numbers at that place only, okay, before doing multiplication, or first you carry out the multiplication and then you simplify them. Simplify means reduce them. Okay, so over here we'll do multiplication first and then we'll simplify it. As a result, 40 into 4 we get the result 160, and 12 into 10 we get the result 120. Okay, now which number you find it easier to reduce them? We can reduce it by 5, by 2, by 10, by 40. Yes, 40 also. Yes, but if you're not able to get that number very easily, what we can do? See, unit place, both the numbers have 0 0, divided by 10 first of all. Okay, as a result, when 160 divided by 10, we get the answer 16. Okay, and when 120 divided by 10, we get the answer 12. Okay, so what the fraction we got? 16 upon 12. Now this 16 and 12 both are divisible by 4, right? So when 16 is divided by 4, we get the answer 4 itself. When 12 is divided by 4, we get the answer 3, and as a result, we get the new fraction 4 upon 3, and which is cannot be reduced for any further, right? And that is why my final answer is 4 upon 3. Isn't it easy? Yes. So what are the steps, boys and girls? Very first, we have to convert that divisions into multiplication by writing reciprocal of a number. But which number? The one which comes after the division sign. So here we go with one more sum on your screen. Okay, the question is minus 10 upon 11 divided by minus 11 upon 10. So which is the first step? We'll write first fraction, that is minus 10 upon 11 as it is. Division sign will be turned to multiplication, correct, the way you're looking at the screen. And after that, the second fraction, which is that minus 11 upon 10, will be turned to their reciprocal form, and as a result I get the answer minus 10 upon 11. Correct or not? Yes. And now we have two steps, the way I told you. Minus 10 into minus 10, 11 into 11. Okay, now here if you observe, both the numbers have negative sign, and as a result, to the final answer I need to give positive sign. Correct or not? And after doing multiplication, what the following the first step, what the answer we get? 10 into 10, 100. That will be the positive one because both the numbers are negative. And in the denominator, 11 into 11, we get the answer 121, and that's what makes my final answer, because these both the numbers are not at all simplified by any other number. Correct? And bingo. Okay, here we go with one more sum on the screen. 2 upon 3 divided by 4. Only 4. The way I told you, if you come across with a single number, then that number can be considered or can be written in the fraction form by writing 1 in the denominator. Okay, so here first step is write the first fraction, that is 2 upon 3 as it is. Division sign will be turned to multiplication. Okay, and then which is the second number? 4. Second fraction I mean to say 4. 4 upon 1, and what is the reciprocal of it? 1 upon 4. 2 upon 3 into 1 upon 4, this is what I get. Which is the first step? Numerator into numerator, that is 2 into minus 1, and then 3 into 4 in the denominator. Correct or not? Yes. Now what we can do? After this, the way I told you, there are two ways. Which are those two ways? One, you simplify the numbers in that place itself, or you do the multiplication and then you simplify. The way I told you, you can choose any method. I'll do multiplication first. 2 into minus 1, I get the answer minus 2. And then 3 into 4, I get the answer 12. These both the numbers, 2 upon 12, there are divisible by 2. 2 answer is 1. That results in minus 1 because only one number is negative. And then in the denominator, 2 6 are 12. So 6 will be there. So as a result, I get the answer minus 1 upon 6. Isn't it easy? Next one on the screen. 5 divided by 2 upon 5. Again, only single number is given to you without any denominator. So what will be the denominator? 1. Keep it in mind. So which is the first step? Write the first fraction as it is. Here fraction is not there, so I'll write only 5 as it is. So 5 can be written as 5 upon 1 also. Keep it in mind. So 5 5, that division sign will be turned to multiplication, and then reciprocal of the second fraction, that will be 5 upon 2. After this, numerator into numerator, denominator into denominator. So for the denominators, numerator it is easy, 5 into 5. For the denominator, along with the 2, if you write 1 or not write 1, doesn't matter because the value doesn't changes. 2 into 1, it remains 2 only. Correct? So in short, we have 5 into 5, the whole upon 2. And after carrying out the operation or the multiplication, we get 25 upon 2, and that makes my final answer. Yes or no? Of course. And as you know, these all are easy sums. What if in the division we are given with the mixed fraction? Mixed fraction, I know my children are comfortable enough and confident enough to turn it into the improper fraction. Isn't it right? Of course. Even then, pay attention now. Here the sum is on the board. The question is 2 1 upon 5 divided by 5 3 upon 6. So what is the first step? We will turn this mixed fraction into improper fraction. How to turn it? Very first, denominator into complete number, that is 2 into 5, yes, and then what is the result? 10 plus the numerator, that is a 1. So what we get? 10 plus 1, 11. So in short, I get the fraction 11 upon 5. Yes or no? Yes. Then for this conversion, keep the division sign as it is. Which is the second fraction now? 5 3 upon 6. What to do? Denominator into complete number, that is 6 into 5. Then plus numerator, correct? 6 5 are 30. 30 plus 3, 33. And then the converted fraction is 33 upon 6. Boys and girls, always keep it in mind, after converting mixed fraction into improper fraction, denominator remains same. It remains unchanged. Keep it in mind. Now, as everything is settled down, we got the normal fraction. What is to be done now? That division will be turned to multiplication by writing reciprocal. Reciprocal of which number? Yes, the second fraction. Now, first fraction will be written as it is, that is 11 upon 5. Division sign will be turned to multiplication, isn't it right? Of course. And that 33 upon 6 will be done as 6 upon 33. I hope you understood. Now, numerator, that is 11 into 6. In the denominator, 5 into 33. And there are again two ways. Either you simplify it right now or do the multiplication and simplify it afterwards. Okay. So what we are going to do, we'll simplify it here only this time. So 11 and 33. Can you observe it? We know that in 11 we get the 33. So divide this both the number by 11. So divide by 11. When 11 is divided by 11, answer is 1. Write it next to 11 itself. 33 divided by 11, we get the answer 3. Write it next to 33. So in short, I get the answer in the numerator 1 into 6 and result is 6 itself. In the denominator 5 into 3 and result is 15. Yes or no? Of course. Here onwards also, if you are not multiplying that 5 into 3, if you observe 6 and 3 again can be simplified. Yes, so simplify them by 3. So what do we get? 6 divided by 3, we get the answer 2 in the numerator and numerator 2 in the denominator 5. Isn't it right? Yes, and that is my final answer. So boys and girls, here we have completed with the division part. Keep it in mind, while doing division or multiplication, we have to follow the rules of integer if you come across with the negative sign. And if you have any difficulty, do not forget to write it in the comment section below. I'll be waiting for it. See ya, stay tuned for the next video. Bye bye. So boys and girls, I hope you have understood all the sums of multiplication and division, and as a bonus, I hope you have understood finding reciprocal also. And at last, if you have loved the video, do not forget to subscribe my channel. See ya soon. Stay tuned.